Hi Scorpio, welcome to my channel. My name is Kim. Today, Scorpio, for your meditative session, you guys got the snail. I don't have a card for the snail, but when I looked up online what it meant to see a snail, it can mean a lot of things, but what I'm mainly getting is home and slowing down, right? Which makes sense. It's a snail, it's slow, it carries its home on its back, right? It can mean other things like fertility and I can't remember. There's like a lot of other things. It depends, like the culture, etc. But what I really got with the snail for me was the home, right? And I feel a lot of you guys have been moving too quickly. And when you move fast, I feel like you miss out on a lot, right? Like you're missing out on, it could just be like everyday experiences for some of you guys. But I feel like when you're moving too quickly, you miss out on what's really going on, right? Like let's just say you're like really you're working on a goal, or you're working on something, or you just have work in general, like you're at work all the time and you're missing out on, I think a lot about how you feel. I think a lot about like there's signs and I was gonna say sirens. So yeah, I feel like there's like alerts like trying to lead you in the right direction, but when you're so busy and you don't take the time to actually like notice them, right? Or you might not even see them. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like you have to slow down. It's all good to be wanting to achieve something, but if you're not going at the right pace, you're gonna miss everything, on the way, right? And for some of you guys, you could just be moving, right? Because I was just thinking of moving right now. And again, a home. I think like you have to understand that you can make yourself feel at home anywhere when you're in balance with yourself. But I feel like, again, a lot of you guys just want the security of a home, right? And I get that. Like, yeah, it's nice to have that within, that you can, feel at home wherever you go, because you've done a lot of work on yourself. And again, you can spend time alone and you're okay. Like, again, a lot to do with like being by yourself. But I think like another main message I'm getting is like, once with the slow down, and then the second one is like, I think maybe a lot of you guys are moving, wanting to go somewhere else, right? Moving towards like your actual home, right? And I like the word home because I think it's really symbolic of an atmosphere, right? When you say a house is and a home are very different. And I feel like a house is just, a building with rooms in it. But a home is a place where you feel safe, you feel secure. And it's interesting because I feel like there was another sign that had a lot to do with security, and I think it was Leo, that had to do with like security and the home and the root chakra. So maybe that's something that's coming for you guys too. A lot of root chakra work, which is safety and security, right? And that makes a lot of sense, right? With the snail, because he carries his home on his back, right? And again, I feel like you guys can feel at home if you do the work, right? And you'll feel secure in yourself. But I feel like a lot of you guys are moving this year towards your actual home, right? Where you're supposed to be, where you're meant to be, where you feel safe. And it just sounds really, I think you have to slow down in order to see where that is. Maybe that's the message together, right? Like you have to slow down in order to know where home is. If you're moving too quickly, you're not going to know what home is, because you have to get the vibe of it. You have to have the feeling of it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like you're wondering where to move, let's say, and you have no idea where you're supposed to go, but you're like, where's the best place for me? I feel like they'll send you a sign if you ask for it. I feel like if you're like, yeah, can you send me a sign? Can you send me a symbol? Can you help me out? And they're gonna send it to you. But if you're moving quickly, you're not gonna see it. And I feel like a lot of you guys have to slow down to see it. So that's the two things I'm getting, Scorpio. Slow down so that you can see what they're trying to send you, what the message they're trying to send you of where you're meant to be making home, right? So if you're choosing a state, I feel like, or if you're choosing a new country, wherever you're choosing to go, they're gonna help you find it, but you have to be patient. And again, I feel like there's something about time for some of you guys where it's like, I don't have the time to wait. I don't have the time to be patient. I don't have the time to like sit and wait. You know what I mean? Like I'm working or I'm very busy, but it's like very, very important that you slow down and try to find the answers that they're sending you. Because if you don't, it's like you're gonna backtrack. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna end up in the wrong kind of place, or you're not gonna end up where you're really supposed to be. So I feel like slowing down is very, very pivotal in this moment, so you can get the feelings that they're sending you, like the, you know, the vibe. Even if you're like checking out houses and you don't know which house to pick, right? I think it's symbolic of what you're doing right now. I don't think like any of you are actually like going to houses. Maybe some of you are, but the message is like if you're just going to see the house and you're not even getting a sense of the house. Do you know what I'm saying? You're not even getting a sense of the environment. You're just like looking at things with your eyes, but you're not feeling anything. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean, right? It's getting a sense of the vibe. It's getting a sense of the environment. It's not just like walking in, taking a look at it with your actual eyes. Like it has nothing to do with seeing. It has nothing to do with looking with your eyes. It has to do with actually seeing. That's what I want to say. It has nothing to do with looking. It has to do with actually seeing. So that's what I'm getting, Scorpio. Let's pull some cards on this. Okay, Scorpio. This is like very symbolic for some of you of this is a very big message, and I feel like the message has a lot to do with your energy. So right now they're trying really hard to get your attention, right? They're trying really hard to get your attention, and I feel like you're not seeing them. You're not seeing them. And it's frustrating because I think that they're sending you a lot of signals and you're not noticing it. And there's a big decision that you're having to make in life right now, I think, at this time. And I think I don't even know if you know that you have choices right now, which is interesting. Like, you don't even know you have an option, right? I think you're just on a course, and it could just be a course of, you're reacting and you're not really feeling. Again, it's like you're going to see a lot of houses, but as you enter the house, you're looking with your eyes and you're not seeing anything, right? And what does that mean? You're not seeing because you're not feeling. You're not getting the vibe, right? Like there's something there that's you're supposed to feel. It's like every time you go into a house, let's just say, like, for example, they want you to go to house 3. Like the house 3, this is an example, but it's just in general, like you're meant to be in house 3. So they give you 10 houses to go look at. And every time you go into 1, 2, 3, like every single one, you just go in with your eyes, you take a look at it, you say like, oh, this one has this, like, but you're not getting a sense of the house. If you got a sense of the feeling that they're sending you when you were in house 3, you would pick house 3. Do you get what I'm saying? But you guys aren't doing that. And they're trying to let you know that it's like pivotal right now for you to do that. That's what I'm getting with this one. It's like, it's really important. Like, they're stressing it. It's like an exclamation point. Like it's, I don't know how to explain it. You're supposed to be feeling it. You're supposed to be feeling it, and they're sending it to you really strongly, and I just don't feel like some of you guys are going to see it. And I feel like it's going to send people into 2 different paths, right? We have the Page of Wands in reverse, and then we have the King of Wands upright. I feel like the King of Wands, he's with the Destiny card, because I feel like that, again, if you're in tune to what you're feeling, if you're in tune to your body, right? It's like, I don't know, it's like being primal, right? It's being primal. It's like, again, What does being primal mean? I feel it's an instinct. It's a gut instinct. And it's like, you know that this one, you have the gut instinct. That's why I'm getting a little frustrated, because I feel like with the Page of Wands in reverse, you have that gut instinct. Like you have that feeling that it's not right, but you're gonna go for it anyway. And yeah, like the right side of my head is hurting as I'm talking about this, and I feel like the right side of my head is hurting because I feel like the right side is the logical side, right? I'm not 100% sure on that, but I feel like that's the mental side, right? Like the side where, again, I feel like it could just be very masculine. I could be talking to a masculine, but it's like you're thinking about it with your brain and you're not using your feelings. Yeah, my head stopped hurting when I said that, but it was throbbing, like literally throbbing as I was talking about it. And that's what I'm trying to say. It's a very real feeling that they're sending you, and you feel it and you're ignoring it. And it's making me sad because what you don't understand is like where you're going, right? It's the 10 of Cups in reverse, right? We have the 2 of Cups and the 10 of Cups in reverse. I feel like, again, these are the options, right? The 10 of Cups in reverse is, it's like a false promise. It's like a false start, right? Because it might look shiny and new on the outside. It's like a house, right? It's like, it might look really good on the outside, and then inside there's nothing there. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like you're supposed to put an end to this side, right? So it's like, again, when choosing the houses, you're supposed to know that 3 is your house. It's funny that I picked 3, right? Because I feel like spirit works with 3. I feel like 3 is them, right? Working with you. And that's what I'm trying to say. It's like they're trying to get your attention. And it's like when you go to house 3, you're supposed to have felt it. Maybe you already went to house 3. That's what's funny. It's like, honestly, I think you've already been to all the houses. Like, I don't think this is for someone who's looking for a house and like is going to go sightsee. This is someone who's been in all the houses already. And you have the option right now to choose. And you're like still waiting for the answer. Meanwhile, you already got the feeling that you were supposed to get. And you're supposed to put an end to the other houses. Like, you're supposed to say like, no, I don't want those houses. And you're supposed to go towards this house. But you're supposed to have felt it already. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to have felt that feeling already. And I feel like a lot of you guys are confused. You're like, I don't understand what she's talking about. Like, what do you mean? I've already been to the house. But that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you've already gotten that feeling. Like, I feel like a lot of you guys have already been in those houses and you've had those feelings. So for some of you, it's choosing a partner. And for some of you, it's actually choosing a home. Everybody's going to have something different that they're deciding on right now. But what's interesting to me is like, you've already had the experience. That's what I'm getting. It's like you've already had that experience. You're supposed to know already. But if you guys are avoiding your feelings and ignoring your feelings and ignoring your gut instinct and the primal urge of where you're meant to be, then you will feel here. You will trap yourself. You're literally going to trap yourself again. And that's what they're trying to say. Like, you can either end it and resolve this problem, or you can get trapped. Again, it's like it looks good on the outside. It looks like the 10 of Cups is shiny and new, and then on the inside there's nothing. Right here, I feel like for people, it's the same thing. Like, there's something here that might seem really good, but in reality, you're supposed to go this way because this is where you're going to be more stable, right? The 10 of Coins. This is where you're meant to create your legacy. This is where you're going to have the stability and the legacy that you want. My advice to you guys for this reading is that you already know the answer with the High Priestess and the Intuition card. But you have to understand that this answer is not coming from, again, it's a feeling that you're getting when you go into the house. That's all I can keep thinking of. It's a feeling that you get when you're there. It's like you're having like like a vision of something. Like when you go into, it's like you can see, I don't know, like let's just say you're picking a house and you're going to start a family. You can see your kids like sleeping there. Do you know what I'm saying? You can see your family living in this house. You can see like your you know what I mean? You can see your grandma like visiting your house basically. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like that house that you're seeing, again, maybe it was given to you like in a vision, right? And it was given to you maybe in a dream. And you're, again, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like you've experienced it already. Like they've given you the feeling. Maybe it's already like they've already told you through like a dream or a vision or something that like that was the house for you because you could see everyone in your house, in your family living there. But at the end of the day, maybe that house is like 100 miles away. The house that it's like you saw a house in a dream, let's say, and the house is like 100 miles away. And you don't work in that area. You don't live in that area, but you saw something like when you went to that area. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you were there driving by and you saw something. And now it's like haunting you. It's like, I did see that, but that was just like a vision, or that was just like me imagining shit. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, that's the whole point. Like, what you imagined, that could have been, I think that could be real, which is like scaring me, because it's like, I think you could have that. And with the with the Destiny card and the King of Wands, it's like you're meant to be in that house. But again, you might have just passed the neighborhood and saw something like, oh, that's where my kid, like, you can picture your kid going to school there. Do you know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, that's where I'm meant to be. But like, it's just weird, because I feel like some of you are going to trap yourself in this situation. It could be with like choosing a partner as well, because we have the Two of Cups here. But I'm getting like with home. But again, I feel like choosing a partner is the same thing as choosing home, right? Because I feel like with one person, you might create a lot of things in life. Like, you might create, I don't know, like you might get married, right? And you might have a relationship with a person. But I feel like that's the difference between a house and a home. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the difference. And I feel like you have to slow down, because again, like, as you're making this decision, if you're not using your intuition, you're going to go the wrong way. And they're literally like saying that right now. I feel like right now is a very important time for you guys. And if you just keep moving and you don't stop, you're going to choose the wrong thing. I feel like a lot of you guys, it has to do with a person, because we have the Union card and the emotions. So again, it's like they already have sent you, it's like you already know this person. That's what I'm trying to say too. It's like, for some of you who are deciding to choose between two, it could be a masculine, because I was getting a lot of right-sided energy. If you're deciding to choose between two people, right? It's the one that you have more emotions for. It's the one that, again, it might not make sense. Again, it's not logical, it's not mental, it's intuitive. It's gut, it's instinctual, it's primal. If those aren't words that you can connect with, then that's what you have to connect this with, because it cannot be made off of sword energy. It has to be made off of like wand energy. It has to be made out of cup energy. So I would say wand, cup, no sword, right? Even here with the Two of Swords, it's in reverse. I feel like you can't make the decision based off sword. You have to make the decision based off gut, instinct, primal, like, I don't know how else to say it. It's like you're gonna make this decision either the wrong way or the right way. I feel like this is something, again, with a star that you've seen a vision of, or you, for anybody, it could be just you choosing a house. It could be you starting like to know where you want to move and where you want to live. But I think for a lot of you guys, you have to understand the fact that it's again, maybe you had a vision of like what could be, but you never really went in that direction, because again, it was far, or it just seemed unrealistic. But with the star, I feel like that's where you're meant to go, because that's where the union is, right? And that's where the emotions is. It's where the star is. So that's what I'm trying to say. I don't think it's an easy option. I don't think it's like an easy choice for you. I'm not saying like it's an easy thing that you're doing right now. I'm saying it's very easy though to get back, to go here, right? It's very easy to not see it. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, it depends how you look at it. I feel like it's something that you can easily feel, right? But maybe a lot of you guys are not intuitive, and you're going at it the wrong way. And that's what they're trying to say. Yeah, with the Hierophant and the Knight of Coins, again, I feel like the stable offer, there's something here important with the Seven of Coins. The Seven of Coins in this deck talks about sacrifice. I feel like the answer is like where you would want to go sacrifice yourself for. Like the one, like the place that you'd want to maybe risk everything for, right? It's like you have to, maybe like this involves a risk. Do you know what I'm saying? Like maybe moving here is risky, right? Maybe moving in this direction, again, it's more unknown. It's very unclear. And I feel like that's what makes it scary. But I feel, again, that it's okay not to know. Where, again, if you have a lot of kids and you're like, you're with kids, I feel like that's very, very scary to be in a place where, again, you want to provide for them all the security, but you don't, again, it's like you can't make that, you don't want to take a risk, right? Because you have kids and you're like, I can't take a risk. I can't mess around, I can't say the word. I'm responsible. That's the word I couldn't say. I don't know why I couldn't say it. I'm responsible for these people. I have to be very careful. And I'm telling you, I know it seems scary because it is potentially more risky, I'd want to say, because again, I think the riskier thing is to go towards the unknown, but I feel like that's what the divine is calling you to do right now. That it is the sturdier option. Like it is it might be slower, right? It might be, again, like you might not have furniture for a really long time in this house. You might not, again, it's something that might be slower, but it's better for you. Again, the 10 of Pentacles, the Knight of Coin, it's very sturdy energy, and we're talking about homes, right? So again, you want the sturdier foundation, you want the better home, right? But again, I feel like it takes time, right? It's not something that is like, again, maybe a lot of you are like, I don't have that time to worry, I need something right now. But there's something about how you're supposed to go towards, I feel like, the riskier thing, right? I feel like the Star is, again, it's like that vision that you had. It's like a vision that you had that you can't base it off anything because it was a vision. But at the end of the day, it felt right. Like the vision made you happy. The vision made you cry, right? The place that you passed, that town that you passed, you had a good feeling about it, and you were just like, you know what, I have a good feeling about this. Again, I feel like a lot of you are more intuitive than you know, but you just don't know. Again, it's like there's no confirmation in this 3D when you use your intuition, right? Like, it's very hard to get confirmation on a feeling. And that's what I'm saying. I feel like this will give back to you. It will be a confirmation, maybe not immediately, but eventually. Because again, Knight of Coins is very, very slow energy, but it is very stable. So yeah, that's what I'm getting, Scorpio. I hope that you guys make the right decision, whether it be in love, whether it be where you're moving, whether it be, they're sending you a clear signal, okay? Like, it's clear. You've seen the vision, like, go for it. That's what I'm getting. Like, you've seen it. You've seen it or you felt it already, and that's where you're meant to go. Don't second guess yourself. Okay, Scorpio, this makes sense. With Cat Spirit, claim your independence. It's in reverse. This is all about taking a risk and trusting yourself, right? And with the 4, it speaks of communication. Again, they've been talking to you. Again, if you're not seeing it, what are you doing that like disables you from seeing it? Are you disconnected in a sense where you're numbing yourself? Like, are you drinking? Are you smoking? Are you like not in your body? You know what I mean? Are you like, what are you doing that you're not seeing it? Are you working 24/7 and you have no time to do anything but like eat and sleep and then go to work? Do you know what I'm saying? Is there so much stress going on in your life where you don't have like the ability to see what's really right in front of you? They're like, you have to take this risk. That's what I'm getting. You have to take this risk. Like, it's a risk. Yes. Again, it's a risk because it's something that is uncertain. But I feel like the whole point of this reading is to tell you that it is better. Like, this option is better, right? Again, it seems uncertain. It seems riskier, right? But at the end, it's going to bring you what you actually desire. And I feel like you have to take that risk. That's what I'm getting. You have to take this risk. It's a risk because, again, it could just be a fantasy. It could just have been a vision. Again, my right side is hurting a lot. Wow. But yeah, that's what this is. It's a risk, but you have to take it, Scorpio. And with Mary Magdalene, the apostle to the apostles, I'm the bridge between heaven and earth. I'm fully human and fully divine. I feel like she just wants to guide you at this time. I feel like Mary Magdalene, I don't know as much about her as I wish I did, but I do know that she was kind of given, they say that like Jesus gave her a secret, like the secret way to connect to the soul. And it was so that it was like so that they could be together forever or some shit like that. Like if she connected to her soul and she connected to love, then she would always be going the right way, right? And that would enable her to go to heaven, and then they could be together, right? Because he already knew he was going to die. Do you know what I'm saying? So he was just like, how can I ensure that she gets there, right? And that's what I'm trying to say. They're trying to ensure the fact that you get there. I feel like that's what this reading. And I feel like it's the same thing with Mary Magdalene and Jesus. Like, he gave her the secret so that she could 100% get there. It's like there's a secret that only you might know, or there's like a vision that only you might have had, or there's a feeling that only you can describe, and that was like the key to getting to where you need to go. But maybe you're not telling anybody about this, right? You're not telling anybody about this the secret that you have, but you have it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like you have it in your hand. See how she has the egg in her hand? She has the egg in her hand, like you have it in your hands right now. I don't know if it's like a secret necessarily, but yeah, it's like he gave her the secret so they could 100% be together, right? Maybe this is about choosing a partner, but the whole message with Mary Magdalene is like love. Like that's the whole basic message of her card. It's one, to help you get there, like ask her for guidance. I feel like she wants to assist you. And I feel like it has a lot to do with love, to be honest. I feel like it could be in choosing a partner, because I feel like, again, it's like Jesus gave her the secret so they can end up being together. And like he didn't want to see her not with him, so he told her the secret so she would get there. And that's what I'm getting with this card. Like I know there's a lot of other things about Mary Magdalene, but that's all I'm getting. I'm thinking of like her and Jesus and like the secret that he told her so that she would 100% get to see him later on. And they would their souls would meet, right? Like they didn't have to be together in the 3D. He knew he was leaving, so he was like, at least we'll be together in the next life. Do you know what I'm saying? Scorpio, I'm gonna leave it there. I love you guys. I hope this reading resonates, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.